This episode is brought to you by Gamefly. Gamefly is a monthly subscription service that has over 8,000 new and used games. Y'all know that the holiday season is upon us, and if you haven't seen what's coming up for video games this holiday season, you might be surprised, and you might go broke. There's so many good games that are coming out right now. Just to name a few, there's Battlefield 1, Call of Duty Infinite Warfare just came out, Final Fantasy 15 is coming out soon, Watch Dogs 2, that's just to name a few. Those alone are really highly rated games that are going to come out. I'm looking forward to playing all of them. And what better way to do that, to afford all those games, than to just pay one little monthly fee? Basically what Gamefly does is you pay a monthly fee and they send you a game. Once you're done playing it, you send the game back and they send you the next game that's on your list. It's a great way to save money while gaming. Another great thing to do would be to gift that to somebody else for the holidays. So that's a holiday gift idea for y'all out there. Try to give somebody a month of Gamefly for free on you. One thing that we're doing is you can get a free month of Gamefly on us, completely free. So if you go to gameflyoffer.com/BTHEMBTI, you will get the first month of subscription service on us. Once again, that's gameflyoffer.com/BTHEMBTI to get your first month of subscription for free.
And now, on with the show.
There is a story so strange in its implications that it defies ordinary classification. Blacker than black times infinity.
Hey, what's going on, everybody? It's Blacker Than Black times infinity.
Infinity! Oh, sorry.
That's all good. This is kind of a new thing for us. We're going to do a review of something. So we're going to do a review of Into the Badlands Season 1. It was my favorite show of 2015. It was pretty awesome.
It was definitely a great show.
Yeah. Oh, also, thank you to the folks at AMC and Emily Beecham for coming on to the show. We just did an interview with Emily Beecham. We figured it would be a perfect time to do our review of Season 1 of Into the Badlands. So how did you guys like it?
I fucking loved it. It was probably like one of the greatest martial arts shows out there right now. It definitely had like a lot of killing, a lot of cool sword artwork or sword play, some cool ass fight scenes. It was just overall a great show.
Yeah, it was surprising for me because I didn't understand what was going on at first, but I was really impressed by the choreography and the fight scenes because that really blew me away, and the story was really like new and kind of different. I felt like AMC took a big chance with this show, like they did with Walking Dead, and I think it paid off for them.
Yeah. Basically, this show, you get a kung fu flick every week. I thought that was awesome. So I'm a huge kung fu flick fan. So let's actually talk about what is Into the Badlands about. It is set in like a dystopian future where there's no guns, which is weird because they still have mechanical stuff. So I'm like,
yeah, like the guns are outlawed, and I guess everybody voted to have guns outlawed.
That's interesting.
Yeah, which is weird because
I'd be like, I'd outlaw all guns and I'd have all the guns.
Yeah,
I guess they take somebody's word to heart.
Yeah, I mean, look at the state of America right now. Like people are worried about the government taking our guns, and here in this world, guns are outlawed. So it's an interesting take on that.
Yeah, it is interesting because instead of guns, they use swords and martial arts.
Various melees. In one part, someone uses a torch.
Oh shit, that's right. Yes.
It was pretty crazy.
Yeah, so the story centers around a clipper named Sonny. A clipper is basically an assassin
or a bodyguard or highly skilled bodyguard.
Yep, but he goes out and actually kills people.
Yes.
So and he has tattoos on his back for every kill that he has. His boss is Baron Quinn, and he's kind of this sort of crazy guy who's, later on the show, there's some things that come out where it kind of shows why he's a little crazy.
Yeah.
So, and they actually have a poppy field. So there's barons all around the Badlands, and they have different things that they control. Baron Quinn controls the poppy field,
which is also what they use for making opium.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then
I think he does something else too. Is it? Oh no, that's later on. Never mind. I'm jumping the gun.
And then like the widow, she owns the oil fields, and I forget what the other barons have, but those are the two main ones that we really interact with in the show are the widow and Baron Quinn.
Yeah, there's one more that controls the river access that goes outside the Badlands.
I think it's called the River King.
Yeah, but he's like a baron as well, which is strange. But then
awesome. Also with Quinn, she's kind of a new Baron because she takes on
the widow.
Or the widow, sorry. Yeah, she's
you're talking about
the widow.
The widow.
Yeah, right. She's new to being a Baron. Like she kind of worked up the ranks to become one.
Yeah, it's kind of weird with her character because she's kind of made out to be the main villain, kind of, but then like it feels like perhaps Quinn is the villain. So you have to kind of watch the show and kind of judge for yourself, because each one of them has their own goals that they're trying to get to, and they do it ruthlessly to get to their end game.
They do.
Yeah, and further along into the show, actually the first episode really, you're introduced to a character named MK. I don't know what the initials stand for, but he's a kid, and he appears to have some sort of like powers. Like basically, he can go, if he gets cut or sees his own blood, he goes pretty crazy.
Yeah, did that remind you guys of Attack on Titan, where like you have to mutilate yourself in order to change?
A little bit, yeah. Or remember Tokyo Gore Police?
Oh, yes. Yeah, but that was crazy. That was crazy.
Yeah. But yeah, it was interesting to see that a kid basically, his eyes turn black and he just fucks up everybody.
Yeah. He has like superhuman strength and reflexes, and like he does damage.
And he does have powers because he straight does like an Hadouken to like everybody. So it's pretty crazy. He and he's in some kind of state that he has no control of, or he doesn't even remember in some cases. So the main character, Sonny, he's the Clipper, where it kind of focuses on him. He's trying to help MK control this, as well as try to find a way out of the Badlands.
Right, because they learn a little bit later in the show that MK is from a place called Azra, and Sonny is in a relationship with a woman named Vale, which is cool because Sonny is an Asian guy and Vale is actually African American. So it's cool to see finally, an Asian guy finally get some on TV.
Yeah.
It's very rare. The only other show that does that is The Walking Dead.
Or then I guess it's Fresh Off the Boat.
Well, yeah, that's kind of newer, but it's like with a different ethnicity.
For sure. Interracial relationship.
Yeah, so I thought that was pretty awesome. One of the reasons why he wants to leave the Badlands is because Vale is pregnant.
Yes.
So.
And when we first introduced him to Sonny, like he's riding on a motorcycle, a pretty badass motorcycle at that.
Yeah.
But this is when he meets MK, and there's probably a good number of, there's about 10 guys, and he kills them all without even using his own sword. Like he puts his sword down and like fights these guys with his hand, but then he turns around and uses their weapons against him, and you can see the different kinds of martial arts that he's using because he's going from one weapon to another. And one of my favorite scenes was he took I don't know what kind of weapon it is, but it's like a blade on a handle, and he stabs this one dude. Yeah, I think it might be it. Yeah, and he stabs this one dude with it. It goes through him. He pulls it out of the guy's back and continues using it to kill more people. And that was pretty bad. That's how badass the show is.
I want to also point out the Widow with her fighting. So she kind of looks like I want to say like a 1800 style Black Widow. If you ever seen the Marvel movies, she literally has like fiery red hair, and she's always in black, like almost fetish style, like. Gothic type,
like a madame type shit, right?
Yeah, like a madam, but a little gothic and stuff. And it looks like she's doing a lot of her own stunts and put in some crazy situations, because when she's fighting, you see there's close-ups of her face during the fight. I mean, there's other scenes where you can kind of tell it's a stunt double, but there's other scenes where she's right there with it and sparks are flying. So it's like pretty interesting seeing these really intense fight scenes.
Yeah, these are, as far as TV goes, these are like top-notch fight scenes. It's one of the reasons why I love this show, is because I didn't see anybody at the time doing any sort of martial arts TV shows that had really high-quality fight scenes like this. Basically, every week you're getting a new, well-choreographed kung fu flick. And, yeah.
It's like movie-quality fighting. It's not like TV stuff where you can see the cutscenes, stuff like that. Like, it's like one-takes fight scenes, which is awesome.
Yeah, there's only one other show that I think that it's there, but doesn't come close to this, and that's Arrow. Arrow that has some pretty good stunts, but nothing that comes close to Into the Badlands. This is top-notch stuff. This is the driving point of the show. The story is actually pretty interesting as well, because it does have that dystopian feel, but it's like they have their vehicles they feel like they're from the 30s, but we know this is in the future.
It's almost steampunkish.
Yes, yeah. That's the thing. That's almost like it's like a kung fu steampunk show.
Yeah.
Yeah, and there's actually one more character we've left out. It's Matilda.
Oh yeah, Matilda.
Who is the widow's daughter, but I'm not entirely sure if she's really the widow's daughter because of the way that the widow kind of sends her off onto these missions that I would not send my daughter out to.
Yeah, she runs like a school for young girls, and it seems like I think when she takes in these girls, she takes them on and is the mother role, has them call her mother, and then she just trains them as her daughters.
Well, she even takes on. She also takes like females into her camp because there's one scene where I believe they raided on the Barrens area and they killed. They had I think there was women that was captive and they were like being like for sexual purposes, and they pretty much go into there, kill off all the men, and she tells the women like, hey, you can join my group, like you can be part of our crew. So she also takes in other females into her camp.
Yeah, I think that's how her recruitment. But it's like, if you notice, each Baron has their subjugates like swear to them kind of thing. Like pledge your allegiance to me and I will take you. Yeah. So it's an interesting dynamic. There's a whole new social system or whatnot. There's also the mysticism with MK and his whole powers and where the city that he's from, because we don't know very little. We don't see. The season is a little short, but I do understand, like, Walking Dead was short when it first came out, and it was also 6 episodes. So, and that has obviously now is wildly popular. Season 2 is coming up. We can't wait.
Yeah, at the end of season 1, there was a kind of a bombshell that was dropped at the end. It was
there's a few bombshells.
Yeah, but the one with the widow. So the widow was actually one of my favorite characters in the show. I thought she was badass, and she divulges that she's actually from Azra, which is where MK is supposedly from, but she doesn't have any powers. Which is kind of interesting, which is another thing in the show is that when MK uses his powers, he has to basically get injured. And they say that each time he bleeds, it makes his powers weaker. So I wonder if she just used her powers up too much.
That's true.
Well, she does point out at one point, if you continue to use your powers, you will die. Yeah. But she gets injured a couple times and is still alive.
Yeah, she doesn't go crazy. Well,
and then she does say she used to be special, so maybe it was taken from her.
Yeah.
Or maybe she just lost it. Hopefully we get to find out.
But we also see, kind of toward the end of the episode, we see the monks come. And
that was crazy.
Isra.
Because the episode before that, they're informed that there's a quote-unquote dark one among Quinn's men, and they come in, they don't even speak. I think they say one line, but it's like some Hadouken stuff.
Yeah.
And they just show their awesome powers.
So one of those monks was actually from the UFC in Strikeforce. It's Kung Lee. He's actually a former Strikeforce champion.
Sweet.
So yeah, I knew him right away. It was pretty awesome to see him doing some more acting work. He's been in a few other movies and TV shows as well.
Yeah. One thing we kind of didn't touch on is that Sonny might be from Azra. Azra, how do you pronounce it?
I think it was Azra.
Azra. Yeah, because once he meets MK, one of the boys of the Clippers takes away MK's amulet, and it's like a city, and right away, like, Sonny's like, oh, this looks very familiar, like, what is this place? So it might be hinting that he might be from there, because he's kind of an orphan himself.
Yeah, he could have lost his special ability too, to go to the Upside Down.
What do you guys rate the show, and would you recommend it to others? Go ahead, Blue.
I would give this a 9 just because the fight scenes are well done, the storyline, the mystery behind everything that's going on, the hatred between like the different clans and like this, and it's kind of an original idea too for the show. So I definitely give it a 9. I would highly recommend somebody to check it out. And plus, the first season's only 6 episodes, so you can easily power through.
Yeah,
it's an easy binge.
Yeah, I also give it a 9 for all the points that Blue had said. But also, if you're looking for something new and fresh and you want to get through something quick, it's only 6 episodes. You can easily power through and, have a new favorite show, perhaps.
Yeah, I give it a 9 as well. It was my favorite new show of 2015, and from the first episode, I knew I was going to love it, and they didn't let up. The action was great, storyline was good. I think we all recommend it, right?
Yes.
Yes. Highly recommend it.
In fact, I was recommending it as I was watching it. You need to watch the show.
Yeah, so we're looking forward to season 2. So yeah. It should be pretty awesome.
Yeah.
So there's our review, our first review.
Yeah.
Hopefully we did all right.
All right. Thank you, AMC, for letting us check this out and do a review for you guys.
Yep. All right. Black on the Back times infinity. We're out. Later.